people of the internet, and welcome to my honest reaction to Football Manager 26. I have been playing the game now for 13 plus hours. I'm going to give my absolute brute honesty of the game, what I think of it, and where I feel like this is going to be a good point or a bad point for new and up-and-coming fans. So if you haven't already, make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. I'm going to pick, because I haven't got an actual intro for this main channel for random videos like this. So I'm going to pick a video that's going to be coming up on a series that I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick that as the video for the intro, because why? Okay, yes, I played both because I'm a greedy bastard. They were the games that will be coming out in a few weeks' time for you as well, so look forward to that. So, firstly, my initial reaction is I'm going to give the positives first. The 3D, the way that it looks, the matches look realistic in the way that it passing around. There's a few sketching points, but nevertheless, there's a few that it is very good animations for it. The goalkeepers look competent. The issue I have found with let's go with sections. Let's go with matches first. The thing that I did find difficult to start with is that the speed to turn it up when it's on one is so fucking slow. And you're there all fucking day. But when you turn it up, and the one thing that they have to do, and I have reported it as a bug, or I think I have. If I haven't, I will report it as a bug. Is that when it's snowing? Fuck me, does it snow? But the ball is still white, so you can't see it unless you're Expector Clouseau. You do find it hard to see where the ball is and what's going on. So that's a problem with it. Also, I'm not a massive fan of that you can't change when you go into that sim screen up until the next highlight. I'm not a fan of that you can't change one of the tab things into what you want. I want to see a league table. I want to see like a live league table. I want to see like a list of the latest scores, like I've had for the past 5 games. Where I will be able to see it all, so I know that if we have to go more attacking for a goal difference, or I need to know that if we're doing well enough to do this type of thing. So there's bits and pieces where I look at and I go, it's nearly there. It's nearly there. It's not quite there for the matches. And I do feel like that when it comes to matches as well, it's so difficult to defend. Let's get into tactics then. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I have been sacked already in a beta save that I did. Rightly so. I'm also trying another beta save just while I'm doing it. And that's the first time I have been sacked in such a long time. I think the last time I got sacked was Football Manager 23. And the way that I cannot understand these tactics, because the way that I'm setting these out is the way that I think in my brain how people should play, how I would play football, right? So I go into this going, what would I do if I'm manager, and how would I tinker with it? And then when I do tinker with things, it looks like it does nothing but break it. I seem to be struggling with defending the most. So I'll be honest, I used the Women's League, the WSL, where I was the London City Lionesses. And I was third from bottom, where the goal was to be mid-table, just above it. And I got sacked with about 4 games left, which was the right choice, by the way, because I was stonking out the place. With that, so I completely got that, and I couldn't believe how long I actually lasted. In that, and there's also hardly any sackings in the women's division as well, which is very weird for me. From that, but defending seems near on impossible. I'm going online most of the time now to watch what other people are doing with tactics, because tactics has never been my strong sort. My strong sort has always been signing players, getting the right fit for the right team to work straight away, instead of it being a long-term thing, or if it's a long-term thing, that it does come to profit sustainability for the club moving forward. So I've always found a way of getting that done. But with this, fuck me. I'm struggling with the balance of in and out possession. I'm struggling with how to control the ball, how to get things going. I'm going to do another beta save where I'm going to be Manchester United, but I'm going to look at how other people are doing tactics and see how they're doing to them. Try and see if I can get something that works with what I need it to. And I'm just struggling with the UI, with the interface on the screen. The main screen is a bit of a fuckery, because what I'm finding, where because of my internet and my computer's a lot slower than what you'll see other YouTubers use. I was watching Loki Doki the other day, who I absolutely love and adore, and he clicked the game to start, and it loaded for him within minutes. It took me about 10 minutes to do it. So when I do all my recordings all in one day, that's because I have to sit through god amounts of buffering to get to that. So I'm very much of the interface of the screen is, if I want to go to the first team and have a look at the tactics I'm doing, you have to click on squad. Then you need to click on put on first team, but then you have to wait a little while before you click it, and then I click it, and then you get to it. Then you need to click another thing to get to this bit. Then you need to click that bit to get to that bit. Then you've got to have about 20 minutes of doing things. It's very clunky. It's very they've tried to simplize it, but they've got rid of stuff where it could have, like the UI was down the left hand side last time, where you could click on squad and it was a bit this, or you had the bit for tactics, and it sort of meshed it all together, and you could click on things to make it easier. And when I say that this is going to put off a lot of new fans to Football Manager, because if you have to take 20 minutes to sort things out where people want to do, right, I just want to have a bit of fun, put Football Manager on, play this type of game and do this, it's going to affect people's enjoyment of the game, and it's going to affect them quite quickly. I understand what they've tried to do, and to put things in different places. Also, they're not filling the screens up as well. So if you go into tactics, go into player database, you will get a block screen like this. So let's say this whole screen here is the window that you have for Football Manager. It will be this block screen here for the players. Everything else is empty. And then when you're going for a manager's job and you're unemployed, you have to then you have that little screen again. So it's just scrolling down takes a little while. The one thing I don't like as well is you can't highlight all of the players as you zoom down. You have to individually click each position to then like rest them. I hate that with a passion, because it takes so long. And if you do one little misclip, all the fucking clicks go from that. So that's really irritating. On that end, but it's cleaner. It looks cleaner. It looks more like, I don't want to, but I'm probably going to. I don't want to get a different skin. I want to use the same skin. I'm not going to download league logos or anything like that. Whatever it is in the game now, I'm keeping from now on. I just don't care. It's Serie A. The names have changed. Milan is called something completely and utterly different. On there as well. I think they've lost the license to that. No international management. We know that that's going to be coming in January time, where I was going to do a video a lot sooner about my honest opinions about, because I saw someone made a comment on my video recently when I was praising Football Manager, when all of this and all of that. And I still praise Football Manager, but there was a point where I was going to make this video where I was going to say that Football Manager used to get content creators to go down to SI headquarters. I can't remember which Football Manager it was. It may be not Football Manager 19. It may be before that. But I remember they had Dr. Benji, they had Work the Space, they may have Lujo, they had Loki Doki. They all had them all go down to SI headquarters and play the new Football Manager game before anyone else. They then got them all into the room and they interviewed Miles, and they were all talking with each other, and there was a bit of a vlog things that were happening between all of the content creators. And the one thing I felt was missing leading up to the launch of this game was the lack of input that was done by Sai and the Sports Interactive. When I say Sai, I mean Sports Interactive, the makers of the game, and Miles, to not go after those YouTubers. They targeted certain YouTubers like Work the Space, Lelujo, but they didn't get involved with Dr. Ben to Loki Doki, who's dedicated his channel and that to Football Manager. I feel like what they've done, as well as me, I'm not getting Football Manager for free or getting to play it early for 100 hours. None of that. I don't expect any of that, and I don't want any of that. I want to be like you guys at home, getting it when it first come out, downloading it, playing it, knowing how wrong I am, learning from other people how they're doing things, and then building myself, understanding the Football Manager tactics to see if it works from then on. I just feel like that they've taken, I think because I have played Football Manager 24 for so long, that I know the ins and outs of that game. I know where to click, where to go, what possession we need, what style will need to be won, what positioning we're going to need, how to get this and this and this, and to get a full overlap of like completely different is something that's going to take me a while to understand and to get. So I think overall I'm going to give this game in the beta save so far, and I want to play it more, and I want to get to know it more, and I want to relax with it more. At the moment, I'm going to give it probably about a 6 out of 10. There's just so much that needs to be done, as in the football for when you're playing the game. The amount of clicks that you have to have, they need to simplify it a lot better to make it easier to understand. They need to have better creations for the managers to make them look a little bit more better. But overall, the positivity is the animations in the Women's League look good. Stadiums look good in that. Looks a lot of fun. Looks like when I watch the WSL, looks like what I'm looking at the WSL. They should have done better with the goal, with the scoreboard on the top, to give it a little bit extra difference. I'm refusing to touch Reading, by the way, if anyone wants to know. I'm refusing to touch Reading until I do the save. I have seen that in the first season, if you're a Reading fan, you're watching this, thank you, that in the first season, Noel Hunt got sacked halfway through. Steve Bruce took over, and they were 16th when he took over, and they finished 4th with Steve Bruce in charge of Reading, which I found absolutely mental. But yes, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for what I'm going to create. I'm excited that this is a fresh stuff and fresh ideas and fresh things that could happen, and I could get shit and things are going to get fun. But it's going to get interesting how they're going to do it. So if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe. When the full game comes out, the first day will be the Royals Ascension with Reading, and on Thursday, double upload day on Thursday, where we will then be starting the Women's World Wanderer, where we will be starting unemployed, trying to get a job, and we will be going through all of the women's leagues to win all of the top trophies in there before the internationals will come out and we can win it with England with that. So that is the aim for us. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm going to play both outros because I play both intros. Peace.